Alright, what is going on, you guys? My name is Nick, and welcome to my channel. Here, I will be reviewing movies, talking about anything that has to do with film and television. Pretty much anything and everything storytelling is what this channel is going to be about. And for my first video here for you guys, I've got a review for the brand new Scream movie, which is, oddly enough, not titled Scream 5, but going forward, every time that I refer to this movie, I'm going to call it Scream 5, because if I call it Scream, it's going to get confusing, because, you know, the original is also called Scream. Anyway, Scream was written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, and was directed by the duo Matt Bettinelli. I totally just probably butchered this poor guy's name, and Tyler Gillette. So first, let me start by saying that the synopsis listed on Imdb and many other places is very misleading. It states that 25 years after the original series of murders in Woodsboro, a new ghost face emerges and Sidney Prescott must return to uncover the truth. And while that is pretty much true, the synopsis and the trailers make it out to be that Neve Campbell Sidney is the lead of this film. Rather, she's not, and the film mostly rests on the shoulders of In the Heights star Melissa Barrera as she returns to her home to Woodsboro to be with her sister who just recently suffered an attack from Ghostface himself. So, this is the first entry into the Scream franchise without its original creator, Wes Craven, and I really wish that he was still here with us so we could hear his thoughts on the film and the particular direction that it takes regarding its legacy character. Of course, there will be no spoilers here in my review, because there were just so many fun surprises, and most certainly some just outlandishly fun kills to watch. That makes me sound like a psychopath. I'm not, I promise. So speaking of the kills in particular, these are the most brutal and gory kills that we've seen in any Scream film to date. And before heading into my screening, I scoured the internet for early reviews just to see what I was getting myself in for. And an overwhelming amount of them used the word bloody. So even knowing that there was going to be a lot of blood and gore, I was genuinely surprised by how much there actually was. And I appreciate the fact that the violence never felt too outlandish. Every kill has a level of verisimilitude that at times hasn't been in its predecessors. I'm looking at you, Tatum and Deputy Birkin. Alongside the bloody terrific kills is the brilliant direction that Gillette and Bettinelli bring to the table, especially anytime a scene has tension. From the opening shot of Jenna Ortega's Tara being hunted throughout her home, this directing duo wraps the audience through classic forms of deception that harkens to the original while still breathing fresh life of their own and their own unique directing choices into each scene. And there's one scene in particular with Dylan Minette's character that is just, it is just so well done, and that you could just really feel the tension in the theater building, and that was it was fucking brilliant. But where this film falls flat for me is in the script. This is easily one of the most predictable films I've seen in recent memory, and no amount of meta dialogue or self-awareness can help hide that. And I just feel like the writers could have done a better job with playing with the audience when it came to finding out who the killer is. Because the idea that everyone is a suspect is intriguing, but that line cannot be the only thing that keeps the audience guessing. I will say, though, that when it is time for the killer to be revealed, the way it's actually done is pretty well done. In that moment, you aren't really sure who it is, and even if you are sure, like I was in that moment, you kind of start to second guess for a moment. And if you've seen the movie, you understand what I mean just by the way all the characters come in. I feel like I'm already saying too much, especially about this reveal, so I'm going to stop myself. But pretty much, the reveal itself was pretty great. It's just getting to that point. The deception, figuring out who it was, it didn't really work for me. It felt very predictable. And the killer in particular, I picked them out pretty much within the opening minutes of the movie, which is not fun for a Scream movie by any means. But overall, I felt that Scream 2022, or Scream 5, was an outlandishly fun time at the cinema, and is definitely a film that you want to see with not only your friends, but a packed crowd, COVID safe, of course. Because as this film progresses and you begin to immerse yourself into the world of Scream, you slowly start to forgive the predictable and at times lazy script as you wipe all the blood out of your eyes. If this franchise decides to move forward, then I'm totally all for it, just with a bit more polished screenplay. I'm going to give Scream 2022, or Scream 5, or Scream whatever the fuck you want to call it, a 7 out of 10. Have you guys seen Scream 5? Let me know with your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next week with a review of... Oh, wait. Fucking Morbius got delayed again. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll post something. Well, shit. We'll figure it out. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.